that in the tech space, women and minorities are still underrepresented. What about the money we earn? Well, actually, women earn less in STEM on average compared to their male counterparts. Is it not true, though, that diversity and inclusion actually drives innovation, promotes profitability and performance for a business? So why is it that still, even today, women and minorities are not equally represented in the tech space? I love data. I'm a computer science engineer. So there you are, 12 trillion. 12 trillion by 2025. That would have been as much as women equality could create in value. And that is not just commercial value. That could be value for society, value for the environment, new solutions, and new innovative approaches in solving problems. And haven't we got enough things to deal with in the world around us? More data. And what does this data tell us? That there is a correlation between gender diversity, ethnic diversity, and innovation, and higher performance. Similarly, leadership teams, great factor, right, in what a business does. A more diverse leadership team actually leads to reporting more revenue from, guess what? Innovation. Innovation. The ability to see things that are not visible. The ways of connecting dots that are not connected. And diversity in a leadership team does exactly that. So where does this all take us? Well, I'll tell you where it took me in my journey. So all of this led me into launching a venture, a social enterprise, where our mission is to empower more women to create tech-enabled products for a positive impact. And this is us. This is our first graduation event, actually second one, at Plexel here East in East London. And probably there's something that stands out in this picture. I'm actually looking at it because I love looking at it. We're also different. I'm Greek. You can see women from Nigeria, from Lithuania, from Spain, from many different parts of the world. There are actually women that participated in this graduation from Egypt, from Nigeria, from Portugal, from Germany, from Austria. This is us, women in tech. So what inspired me to go into this venture? I do hold a great belief, and actually it's something I try to practice every day as a manager and a leader. Sometimes it's not as easy, I will admit that, but I do honor this belief, that when you are trusted and supported, your true potential shines. Not easy at all, but that's what really gets the best out of you. That's how we get the best out of each other. When we support each other, when we value each other, and believe in each other. So 20 years ago, as I said, I came back from Finland, where I've worked for a couple of years as a product manager, and I had the honor to be given a role at Intralot as a senior product manager. I was also grateful to welcome my one and only son, and he was 6 months old. That was very interesting. So there I was, a very young and inexperienced mother, my first child, I guess it happens to everyone, I'm not the only one. And I had, this wonderful job that I really wanted to excel in. What happened was that I truly witnessed myself the impact of feeling valued and trusted. I felt supported in my role. And that happened through my manager, it happened through my team, and though I was juggling being a young mother, being in a new role, believe it or not, I actually did an executive MBA. I think I'd rather not go deeper into that. It wasn't straightforward. But what made the difference was that somebody believed in me, right? And because they believed in me and they trusted me, it worked out. And 20 years later, my son now is nearly 21, here I am back at Intralot. It's wonderful how circles in life, right, unfold and close. And for me, I felt this need to create a space and give back, give the opportunity for other women to shine as well. And that's what I did. It doesn't take much to just start a venture, but it doesn't take little either. I launched Kimoleon Academy, a safe space for women to learn, to grow, to bond, to support each other, and effectively become product leaders of the future. Women that will build tech-enabled products for a positive impact. 12 months on, what have we achieved? Our next graduation is actually scheduled for the 27th of June in London, and we will have 35 women who have graduated. We represent 10 different countries, 14 different nationalities, and representation of 4 religions for all the women that have been through this program. This is our first graduation, and you can see we're a crazy bunch. I love this. We're always taking pictures in these very funny poses. And again, very different women in the group. So I'd like to share a couple of stories. These are real graduates, like real women that I've worked with, I had the honor to work with, to teach them, to coach them in tech product management. Agata, originally from Poland, who lived in Berlin, great career in marketing, had this wonderful business idea to help young mothers with breastfeeding care. So she went in and ventured with her application and used the program to equip her on how to design the app, how to make it fit for purpose and take it to market. Flora, one of my absolute favorite students, she's from Kosovo and also had a brilliant idea. Her mother actually has a garment production facility. There's a lot of tradition in Kosovo in fashion. And she had this idea of an online platform for just on time delivery of fashion, truly powering sustainability in fashion. And believe it or not, she has her first customers, the platform is live, and I'm very pleased to see her progress. I heard earlier mention in neurodiversity, and that's a topic that's very dear to my heart as well. So meet Georgia, there. Neurodiverse, she actually talks about it publicly. She shares her struggles, that's why I'm sharing it with you, and I'm sure she will be pleased to hear that I am sharing her story today. A degree in fine arts, she went through the program, she actually worked with me for nearly 6 months and done brilliantly and excelled as a product designer and learned a lot through the experience. And Therese, a mother of 4, believe it or not, her daughter actually is in Cambridge University. And she decided to pivot in her career, which is brilliant. And she went through the program and got a lot of valuable new skills that she's taking on with her to continue in this new phase of life. So these are real women, these are real stories that we've seen times and times again through these 12 months working with these women in the academy. So what have I observed working with these women? It's something that I intuitively knew, but I hadn't necessarily paid attention to earlier. Is that these women, through the coaching, through the program, through doing all of the work, learn how to tap into their left and the right brain to unleash greater creativity and become true problem solvers. And oh, that's interesting. I have to become a problem solver myself by figuring out how to go the other way. Okay. It's not that hard, clearly. So, as an engineer, for me, it was always easy to go into my left brain, right? My mom actually is in the audience, which is very strange, but there we are, she's here. And she is a mathematician, and so was my father. So a lot of math in the house, and I love geometry and all of this cool stuff. So, you know, there's a narrative behind it, right? You love numbers, and they tell a story. Numbers tell a story. This is fascinating. But also words tell a story. Words are data, and they also tell an incredible story. So our analytical brain, right, sees all these patterns, all these connections, all these sequences, right, tied to reason. But then when you take this and sift into your right brain, what happens? Magic happens. That's where you have artists, musicians, right, and people that write poetry and write books and novels, but also innovators, people that can see what cannot be seen, that connect things in ways that they weren't connected, that imagine things, that tap into their intuition, and the non-verbal things, the things that are unsaid, which might be the most important things, the things that are never said. So when you're able to go from your left brain to your right brain and back, you are then creating a wonderful tapestry, right, of new possibilities that weren't there before. And that's basically what I've witnessed working with these women over the past 12 months. Tapping into your right brain, emotional intelligence, empathy, and I know it's an overly used word, but being able to be present for the person you're talking to, actively listening to them, willing to surrender to their world, right? And then really unleashing your creativity. And then your left brain, right? This incredible machine of processing data. And I know we're competing with AI, but are we really? It's another discussion. Where we reason, where we connect things, and where we see the patterns and we see the story that data tells us. I am obviously a product manager, and I will remain one, I think, for hopefully the end of my career. And to build successful tech-enabled products, it's not just about using technology. It is about truly understanding your user. And that is not just saying it. It is about doing it. And doing it means surrendering, listen very deeply, be in the life of your user, truly understand what they need, where their pain points are and desires. And that is exactly where I've seen these women excel. I've seen them excel. They can actively listen. They can truly empathize. They can observe the details, all those things that matter, to build a solution that not just looks fancy and is just great with technology, but truly solves your real need for you as the customer, for you as the user. So I think I can leave you with this thought that tapping into our left brain and our right brain is certainly unlocking great potential. And I'm a great believer that even today, empowering more and more women to do exactly that means we can use tech and build tech for a positive impact. So today, I'm happy to announce that with Intralu's support, we will be launching a cohort for Greek women who want to come into this journey with us, who would like to effectively either pursue a career in product management, where we actually use technology to create customer-centric solutions, or who want to launch their own tech startup. It is true, and I think you will agree with me by now, that diversity and inclusion in the workplace, in business, is a driving force for a more profitable business, for a more innovative business, for a higher performing business. But what also becomes possible is that it can contribute to solutions that are positive to our society, to our environment, what I call a truly positive impact of what we're actually bringing to the table. So I'd like to leave you with one thought, and a thought that certainly has been in my mind when I started in this journey. And it's the decisions we all make no matter what our job title is, no matter what our job role is, no matter how much or how little we think we have. We have more than we think. We have more than we know. So what small steps can each and every one of us take wherever we are to make sure that every woman around us feels truly valued and supported, and we can really get the best out of each and every one of them. Thank you.